Hey guys, Mikefield here, and today I'll talk a little bit about Dawngate beta. So I just got the key, and in this video, by the end of it, I'll show you how to get your own one. So Dawngate is pretty much like League of Legends. I've been playing League of Legends for like 3 years, and I have to say those two games are damn similar. However, there are a few differences, and well, if you keep in mind that this game is actually a beta, then well, you can see some really nice perspectives for it, and well, you may hope that well, with the time it will actually develop into something much different than League of Legends actually is. So as you can see, the game has similar division of roles. There's a jungler, there is an AD carry, there is a support, there is some kind of a tanky support too. The interesting thing is that you actually get to pick the role in the game menu, so you can play one single character in a couple of different roles. So for instance, this lizard guy I'm playing, who is remarkably similar to Lee Sin, can actually be played as a tank, can be played as a DPS, can be played as a laner who farms minions, and well, to each role he'll get a set of different bonuses. So here I'm playing him as a jungler, and I have to say his mechanics are pretty fun. So he has this kind of kick jump, which works pretty much the same way Lee Sin's kick jump works. He has kind of orbs which appear around him, which deal damage and apply all those on-hit effects from his weapons. He has a CC tool, which is a close-range tool, so it requires the engage. And then he has this huge AoE ultimate which slows, stuns enemies and such. So, well, generally speaking, the way they created and balanced the characters is, I guess, pretty cool. I've played like 5 games so far, so I'm not here to judge yet, but it seems to be pretty good as far as balance is concerned. Especially that this is a very fresh game, it's not been around here for a very long time, so as it develops, I guess it's going to get even better. So, well, the thing is that the choice of champions in the game is kind of scarce, so you don't have too many champions, or I guess they're called shapers here, to choose from, but well, the ones which are available are actually pretty good. Another thing I'd like to mention is, well, the general feeling I got about this game when I played those first few games, right? So it seems to me that the game flow is actually fairly dynamic. It plays well. You can see as well each consecutive game phase develops, how different characters change and evolve across the board as the game shifts, how those different builds actually come up, and how many choices actually players can make. So I have to say that, generally speaking, I'm pretty much satisfied with this game. So, what is pretty much biggest difference between this game and League of Legends currently is that it has only 2 lanes with a very large jungle. So, while League of Legends jungle was pretty well, small if compared to the general size of the map, while here you can see that there's a multitude of camps and well, quite a few paths to go. Another difference is perhaps the vision. So here each player has only one ward available. And this means that you really have to think where you place them. However, from what I've already seen, those brushes are, well, placed in such a way that I guess that if 5 players keep one segment of the map warded, it's kind of safe to just keep playing, and the enemy jungler won't surprise you if you watch the map correctly. Well, as far as the jungle, it feels fine, but there are kind of too many monsters around. It's kind of confusing for a jungler. There could be less camps, and they could be a bit more challenging and more interesting to take. Okay, so I got this covered now. as far as skills are concerned, so as you can see, it's the same thing as in League of Legends. So there are 4 skills per champion. You don't have the passive, however, but there are 4 skills per champion, 3 regular skills with relatively short cooldowns, and the ultimate skill. What else? Oh, the summoner spells here are chosen during the game. So you unlock the first one on level 1, then the second one on level 10, and the third one on level 20. So the last 2 levels are actually used for unlocking this last summoner spell. Are pretty similar to what you can get in League of Legends, but well, you get 3 of them, so it's pretty cool. Another thing I would like to talk about is the itemization. So here there are a few good things and a few bad things about the items in this game. So first of all, there is a big choice of those gear pieces. They are kind of unique, and well, I actually have to say that I was kind of confused, which is a good thing about a video game when you are confused at first. So you can see there are those different paths of items. Those are not like swords and daggers, but more like characteristics which you choose from. Characteristic, I mean, each of those items has some pretty unique passives attached to it, and it's kind of fun to choose between them. And since there are no masters in this game, it's kind of easy to choose, to change the builds during the game. The problem is that those item icons are very difficult to read. Legends is very easy to identify what item the enemy player has just by pressing the tab. While here, those icons are very unclear, and it's very difficult to distinguish whether the guy has, for instance, this increased vitality item or some burst item. So, when you look at the actual board, you will need to look at each item, read the description, and see what its name actually is, because from the distance, it's at least at first very difficult to discern each subsequent item. Well, as far as the teamfights are concerned, I have to say that I was impressed by the way those late teamfights evolve. So it requires a lot of positioning, a lot of skill, a lot of thinking. Well, since it's a beta game, I got to say that if the teamfights are like this at the moment, it can only get better, really. Generally speaking, my first impressions are very positive, and I can only wait for this game to develop, and I'm truly excited to play it in the future. So, if you grew fond of the game and you want your own key, all you need to do is go to the web page by clicking the link connected to this video and following a set of simple instructions. This will send you to your own Facebook profile, where you'll have to fill up a form, and soon you'll get your own key. So, see you guys. Remember to like and subscribe if you like this video.